Hello everyone, it's Kari from sunshineinmypocket.com. I'm back with a lot of cards to share using some of my very favorite sets from Whimsy stamps. This is the primitive candy corn die and I love it. It came out last year, but I'm still using it all the time for cards. So today I thought I'd show you how I put together this little shaped candy corn card using this set. I've already cut out a base and I've used some ink of a light gray around the edges. And now I'm inking up the inside pieces of the candy corn. Today I'm making one of the new flavors called Blackberry Cobbler. So it's purple, black, and gray. I personally have never tried this candy corn and I've actually never seen it in the wild in real life. But comment below, let me know if you've tried it or if you've actually seen it. I thought it would be a really pretty color scheme for this card. Now I'm inking on some gray and black to the gray section of the candy corn, and now I can start putting this together. Now some of you might have seen that little bat there on the left. That is actually a brand new stamp set called Let's Get Spooky, and the little bats in there are just the cutest. So I've got a few cards to share using that. So this first one, as I put this together, this first one I've already colored up the bat using some grays and purples, and that's going to have a little bit of a reminiscent feel of this color scheme. So I thought it would work out perfectly. Now to make this into the shaped card that I want, I'm taking the largest die from that primitive candy corn die set, and I'm going to kind of put it off the edge of my card base here. This is already pre-folded, pre-scored, and I'm gonna run that through my die cutting machine, and that is going to give us the perfectly shaped candy corn card. It's so cool. So I'll just add this candy corn to the top. It's really simple to do and really fun to make these shaped cards. Now, sometimes when I create these candy corn cards, I will just make the shaped card and attach the three pieces to the top of the card itself and not have that center piece in the middle. And I'll show you what I mean by that at the end. But here's this new Let's Get Spooky stamp set, and look at the little moons you get in there. There's 3 different bats. There's a little cloud, some stars, and some really cute sentiments. But today I'm going to build my own sentiment using the Mix and Mingle Alpha die set. This is a new favorite of mine. I am in love with creating my own sentiments with this die because all the letters are different. And you can mix and match them and create different looking sentiments. It's so great for fun little cards like this. What I'm doing here is I'm adding some double-sided adhesive to some of my cardstock pieces that I have left over. These are just some scrap cardstocks. So this is going to work perfectly because these fit the Mix and Mingle Alpha dies perfect. And this is going to create them into stickers because I'll have that double-sided adhesive already on the back of the cardstock before I cut out the letters. So now what I'll do is I'll take the ones that I need to build the sentiment that I'm looking for. So you can cut whichever ones you want to build up your sentiments. So I'm just picking the ones here, and I'm also choosing the little question marks. They have one with numbers and punctuation on it. So I'm also going to cut that one out. And what I'll do is I'll fit these on to these little panels. These ones are going to fit this way, which is great because I can cut 3 at a time. But this one just has the sticker on a portion of the cardstock, so I'm going to put them on the other way. And now when I pull these off carefully, you'll see that I have some little stickers created, and it's going to make it so easy to build up the sentiments. Now, if you get stuck in your die cut, just use your little tool to poke them out and put them back on your sticker sheet. And now we're ready to build up our custom sentiment for this card. So that little bat is going to go right there. And I'm going to start selecting letters and just placing them down, but not pushing them down too hard because I want to make sure that I have the spacing right before I fully commit to how this is placed. And I'm going to spell out the words feeling batty with a question mark. And so here you can see that I've chosen the first little E, and then I have another E that's the uppercase E. but I'm going to change that out later. So you have the option of mixing and matching if you want uppercase, lowercase. Some of them are a little bit different. So I'm going to remove the uppercase E and add another lowercase e to this sentiment because I think it just works better. It's easier to read that way. So here's the other little E, and I'm just going to kind of move them around and make them a little bit wonky as I place them down, because this alphabet lends itself to creating them a little bit more up and down or however you want. So for the Batty, there are a lot of different Y's that I could choose, but I really liked the Y with the arm going up over the word again. So that is going to look really cute like that. And now I'm going to take the little question mark and add that. And I'm using my tool to help me get out the little small pieces, just like that. I think that looks really cute. Now I can kind of move them around a little bit to get them exactly where I want them to be. And before I finish, I will just push all of those down really well with my bone folder tool. And that's going to stick them on nicely. So see how easy it was to create a sentiment? Oh, I need to move that T down just a little bit. There we go. And how fun is that? Now we're not finished because I'm going to take this new trick or treat die. This die has some little bats in with this, and I'm going to use those little bats right there to add some more bats flying around this card. So I'm going to just cut those out with some black cardstock and then place them around this card. And I think these bats are the perfect size to add some extra little details to the card. So I think I'll add them just like that. I'm going to glue those down with some liquid adhesive, and there we go. I like that one right there at the top, and I'll put these ones both down at the bottom on the gray portion. And then to finish this off, we're going to pop up this little bat with some foam adhesive, and that's going to really look cute and give this card a little extra dimension. Let's take a closer look at how this card turned out. Look how good that looks with the ink blending on the edges of the candy corn and that sentiment that's custom made. I love it. Now here's the other card I made with using that actual trick or treat full die, and then I added some white detailing to the bats with some ink and some cloudy backgrounds, and then that's the flying bat with that one. Now I'll show you a few more candy corn cards that I've made. I've used a lot of different colors. Here's a traditional one where I used all of the extra details. It comes with the little buttons and those little stitch marks, but the candy corns on the top and the bottom, those are the rub-ons. And this little monster I think is so cute. Now this is one I built directly on the card base, so I wanted to show you that. And the rest of these I also built directly on the card base. But here's one with those bats with the crazy eyes. And of course I had to do a glittery teal because I can't resist my glitter. But this is again one I built directly on the card base. So you don't have to use that extra layer if you don't want to. And again, I used some of the extra stitching and buttons details to that. And for this one, I had to add a spider. That spider die is just so realistic. And then this spider web I embossed in the center with some glitter embossing powder, black glitter, so fun. And then I added a little scaredy cat and eek to this one. Super cute and so much fun. You can see that I love this die and all of these sets together. Now here's one I added with a little dragon peeking behind, and so fun in grays and whites as well, with a few of those little mini jacks added to the front for fun. That's another one of my favorites for some detail dies to add. And then here's one that has a little face on it, so you can build a face on your candy corn, and I used one of the papers in the background that just adds those ghosts to it. So much fun you can have building these cards. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I will list and link all the details and supplies that I used below. So if you're interested and want to go take a look, check out down there in the video description links. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're going to bring you a lot more cards and a lot more inspiration. I hope you enjoyed this today. I'll be back real soon with more to share. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.